to Ethan, shout out to Zed, shout out to Ben. Welcome to our podcast. Better win green. Welcome to Better Win Green, eh? To Better Win Green, eh? To Better Win Green, eh? Listening to cash out, that's what it's all about. Come on, let's make cash now. We always on spot and we cover all spot from the bottom to the top, eh? Shout out to Ethan, shout out to Zed, shout out to Ben. Welcome to our podcast. Better Win Green.
Welcome into the Better and Green podcast. I'm Ben. With me is Ethan and Wyatt, and today we're going to be going over the first two rounds of March Madness, some NBA and NHL as well. I'm going to throw it to you first, Wyatt. Is San Diego State making you sweat yet?
You know, it came out to be a great bet. You know, the Mountain West under, what was it, 3.5 wins at minus 105. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to sweat it a little bit just because I think if they win this game, they're going to win the next game. However, I just don't think they're going to beat Bama. But yeah, I mean, everything went smoothly. You know, the other three teams went 0-3, so that just went according to plan. And then, you know, San Diego State had a close one against Charleston, and then, you know, took care of business against Furman. But, you know, they're going to get smoked by Bama, so I'm not worried about it. And again, 2 more wins is not going to happen. So it's definitely more sweaty than I thought it was going to be. It would have been nice just 0-4, but you know, San Diego State has to win one of these times. They're absolutely loaded, so about time they actually win a game. But no, I'm feeling pretty good. That was my only good bet of the tournament so far. I've been getting absolutely crushed. So my fading the Mountain West tactic has gone pretty good, but everything else in that, other than that, is not great.
I saw your TikTok about having to DoorDash before the next round, and I think a lot of people were with you. They felt that TikTok, man. They felt it in their soul.
The bankroll's not looking great, but you got to keep pushing through somehow. So I took to the streets.
Ethan, you're like on a cloud 9 right now, man. The Sparties are still in it.
Dude, I'm so pumped. I still feel a little bit buzzed up. Well, it's actually Oberon Day here in Michigan. for all those Michiganders out there. It's kind of like the first day of spring, if you will. So I had one of those already, plus the Michigan State couple of victories in the tournament. Yeah, I'm feeling really good right now. Also, just to speak on the San Diego State thing, I don't think they stand much of a chance against Bama.
No.
They had a fantastic offensive game against Furman. I think they put up 65 points. So yeah, they're gonna have to duplicate and then some to even come close to Bama. So I think that bet is pretty safe.
Yeah. Right now we're running a logo poll right now, or a logo bracket. We're posting those. Those are doing really well on TikTok. So if anybody's coming here and you guys are from the TikTok, welcome, man. Well, welcome in. We're happy to have you. We're starting to really grow over there. So before we get into our big three, guys, let's hit on some of the March Madness games that what you guys' thoughts are.
I mean, it came out to be exactly what we thought it was going to be. Absolute chaos. There are some crazy picks, but there's also a lot of what I thought could actually happen. Unfortunately, I didn't bet it, but I told you that West region with Kansas, Arkansas, UConn, St. Mary's, UCLA, Gonzaga is just a gauntlet. And I knew, well, I didn't know because I didn't bet it, but I knew Arkansas was going to give Kansas some trouble, and they ultimately beat Kansas. And obviously that's shocking, but it's not, way out of there. UConn's still pretty scary. I think they could go on a very big run here. But besides that, I knew we talked about Michigan State. I said I liked, their chances against Marquette. Props to you, Ethan. You're in the Sweet 16 finally. FAU, I guess, is a weird one, but our Ethan's been talking about Purdue all year, so that's not that crazy.
Yeah.
I think where it really gets crazy is the Princeton Creighton game. Princeton, they look great. Missouri, I guess, are frauds. I'm not sure, but Princeton Creighton, I'm looking forward to that game because Creighton's not like the other Big East teams. They have a more realistic offense. They play relatively good defense. And then Princeton, the Ivy League, I love what they're doing. So that's going to be a great game. And I don't think a 15's ever made it to the Elite Eight. So I'm definitely rooting for that. That's my big underdog I'm going to be rooting for the rest of the tournament. But yeah, nothing crazy. Obviously, the biggest story, FDU beating Purdue, but I can let Ethan talk about that one for sure.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't St. Peter's make the Elite Eight last year?
You know what? I think they did. Yeah, they beat. I think you're right.
They beat Purdue.
Yeah.
Of all teams. Yeah, I mean, it was sweet victory to see Purdue fall the sweet little FDU with an average height of 6'1" that Edie somehow couldn't put up 50 points on. Yeah, I mean, I a little bit recanted my statement on last week's episode, but moral of the story is they just have the biggest player in the country, and the rest of their guys are not that great. Yeah, it really showed against FDU. But yeah, tournament was great. I actually had a fantastic week overall betting. I ended up going 40-20. So
nice.
I had a really, which is also shocking because my bracket is the worst it's ever been. So I don't know how that correlates. Worst bracket, best betting. But yeah, it was a great weekend for me. The biggest shock I had, I filled out a bracket for my cat. He's orange, so I was just taking all the orange teams, all the cat mascots. So Princeton's in the Final Four.
There you go.
Yeah, Furman had the upset there.
You got Miami on there, or are they green?
I think Miami's on there. Well, it depends on if they match up against the Cat or not. But it's like by far my best bracket.
Texas.
So Texas is probably on.
They have to
look again.
Yeah. What's your cat's name, Ethan?
Well, here's the issue. His name's Duke, so he did have Duke winning it all.
Shout out Duke.
Yeah. So his max points aren't looking so hot, but yeah, I think first round was 27 out of 32 for that bracket.
That's pretty damn good.
Next year in the Better and Green group, I will be submitting my cat bracket instead of my actual bracket because I think I'm in 50th place out of 54 right now.
That's pretty good.
I'd like to say I've had worse, but I don't think I've ever had worse.
That would be like a fun for like recurring thing every year, just the cat bracket, man.
The cat, yeah.
And if it
Well,
stays hot, that thing might become like something we have to start pushing out harder.
I mean, at this point, I have to do it. It's
Yeah.
been so good this year. Yeah, I did. I mean, I always do the coin flip brackets too. I just feel like you have to. That one's. Let me check it quick. It's not good. I had whoever played UCLA in the first round winning the coin flip bracket. UNC Asheville.
Oh,
I mean, that was brutal. I do have San Diego State in the finals, I guess. So they're alive. Yeah, I don't know. It was fun. Overall, the last 4 days were great. I'm already kind of depressed that we have to wait another couple days until round 2 or round 3, I guess, technically, but can't wait for it.
Yeah, I'll add one more thing. Well, two more things. I talked about last episode. I was doing the underdog challenge completely. I can't live with myself anymore, so I threw in the towel. I'm done with that. But thinking back to that Purdue FDU matchup, is that like obviously hindsight's 2020, but like, gosh, the shortest team in the country versus the tallest player in the country. I mean, that had upset written all over it. That's a definition of David and Goliath. And I was, I took FDU spread. Obviously, that doesn't help you on the plus 2,000 money line. But I mean, looking back, that was the most. Well, I guess Purdue was frauds, but that was the least obvious matchup because of how short they were against the tallest, All-American center in Edie. So the fact that they did that and they hung around. Unfortunately, I had FAU spread in that loss, but FD, Fairleigh Dickinson, wherever they are, they hung around in that game. I think the trend that we have to remember, though, FDU covered against FAU. That's a mouthful. And then UMBC, when they won as a 16, covered against whoever it was by like 4 points. So if a 16 ever makes it again, we got to pick them to cover because I feel like everyone's going to be on them like I was, the other team, because it was just a fluke situation. But they have the momentum and, they definitely are 2-0 on the spread. So if a 16 ever, for whatever reason, makes it again, I guess if they keep putting Purdue as a 1 seed, it could definitely happen every single year. But yeah, definitely take them to cover round 2.
Dude, I wish you would have told me that yesterday because I should have done my homework, but I just thought I remembered UMBC getting the doors blown off of them in the second round. So I too was on FAU because I was like, oh, we've seen this before.
I think they lost like 78-74.
Yeah, I could see.
And
yeah.
I didn't know. I didn't see that until I was watching the game. And, they bring up all the graphics of the previous 16 seed. But yeah, I mean, that was my last leg of my parlay too. It was FAU spread, but whatever. We live and we learn.
Yep. Yeah, you think throwing money on it, I would have done the quick 2-second Google search to see what that score was, but I was just like, no, they got blown out, and FDU's getting blown out too. Yeah, it was never really close. FAU sucked, though. I mean, God, they should have blown them out. But
yeah,
I digress.
There were 2 1 seeds that we were kind of shitting on. Ethan, I know you've been kind of on Purdue all year. I've been on Kansas all year, and it's almost magical that both of them get knocked out early.
And Houston's not looking good either.
They're not.
They're on upset alert against Miami. I'm telling you.
They look good against. Well, they blew the doors open against Auburn late, but they were down some of that, and they were down against NKU late. So
yeah. Pack and Wong are
bad matchup for Houston. That's Sweet 16. Too much offense, I think.
Ben, you said you've kind of been on Kansas all year.
Mm-hmm.
I was on Kansas to win my bracket. So
oh no.
I was on the wrong side of Kansas. You obviously on the right side there.
I wish I would have kept that same energy when I was filling it out, though. I had them, I think, in the final 4. I kept looking to try to knock them out earlier, but hey, I thought they were frauds and they got knocked out even earlier than I thought. So way to go. Way to go.
I was on Arkansas in that game, I will say. So got a little bit out of it, but
I don't know why Arkansas is not better. When you look at who they have on their team, they have 2 top 10 draft picks. How the hell are they an 8 seed? I don't know, but I don't think they're gonna beat UConn. I really like UConn, but they're the same team. Like they probably have better players than UConn, so it's just gonna be. I don't know. I have no idea how they pulled an 8 seed. They must have stunk for a majority of the season. I'm not aware of, but
Arkansas got a tough draw. That bracket that quad is loaded.
Yeah. I had Creighton going pretty far, so the fact that they dropped Princeton, I'm very happy about.
Yeah, you have them in your Final Four, don't you?
I think so.
I think you do.
No, I had Purdue beating them. in the Elite
No.
Eight, but
Yeah.
pretty far.
Yeah. 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 I am really looking forward to the UCLA Gonzaga rematch game from a couple years ago.
Yeah.
That championship rematch. Holy hell. Or was that championship or was that Final Four?
It was Final Four with
Final
the
Four.
Suggs half quarter.
Yep. Yeah. Then who ended up? Who won that
Baylor.
year? Baylor. Yeah.
Baylor beat Gonzaga.
Yep.
UCLA, they look pretty banged up though, and I'm kind of worried about them going forward, especially this game. Are you guys nervous for them?
I mean, the problem with UCLA, they do this every year. I'm pretty sure they have the same 4 guys that made their run last year and the year before. So they definitely have the experience. Yes, they're banged up, and they're kind of in the similar boat, in my opinion, as like the Houston and the San Diego State, where they play really good defense, and then they score 68 points a game or whatever it is. So it's going to be a great matchup against Gonzaga. Yeah. I personally am going to like that under in that game when it comes on the 23rd, which is Friday, Thursday. But yeah, I mean, it's a great matchup. I personally like Gonzaga, but Gonzaga didn't look great against TCU. They came back, they got lucky there. So I honestly, could definitely be a coin flip game. I'm kind of rooting for UCLA just because I for whatever reason I like UCLA. I like their little point guard with the dreads, but yeah, I'm going to be rooting for them. It's a tough draw though. Again, that region, I would hate to be a team in that.
Yeah, I worry about Gonzaga, honestly. Like you said, Wyatt, I don't think they looked good last night. Drew Timme obviously gets his buckets when he wants them. But, I mean, their three-point shooting is so streaky, and they have a lot of guys that think they can make a lot of shots, and it just wasn't really working for them. It didn't look great. I kind of like UCLA too, but that team kind of got put on the map by beating Michigan State in that play-in game and then going all the way to the Final Four. With those guys, Tiger Campbell, Jaime Jaquez. They had that Johnny Juzang too, who's no longer there. But yeah, I just think that's going to be a really good game. And I'll touch on this quick too. I told you guys last episode I really loved Gonzaga to make the Sweet 16. That was my 5-unit bet. Got a little nervous yesterday, so I did end up hedging just a little bit back on TCU plus the 4.5. So that cover was unbelievable for me.
Wow. There you go.
Got the Gonzaga win.
A double winner on the hedge?
A double winner on the hedge. And not only that, but I was just like scrolling through an account, and then, I mean, it wasn't, I had a $2 free bet in points bet, but I was like, it had to be used on a same game parlay, and it expired last night. So that was the only game I could use it on. So I was like, screw it. Gonzaga to win, TCU plus the points. So hit that for a nice like $10 payout on $2.
Nice, man.
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty happy with that last second shot, to say the least.
Looking at that Tennessee FAU game, dude, you think Caitlin's freaking out right now, Ethan?
I bet she's probably feeling pretty good.
Yeah. If they win and Michigan State wins, we got to see if we can get her on.
Yeah. I think Michigan State matches up really well against K-State. K-State's a little bit more fit. I mean, I don't know. Keontae Johnson and AJ Hogard are pretty similar. Marquise Powell, right? No, Marquise Noel. Him and Tyson Walker are going to match up pretty well. So I think Michigan State could get past K-State, and I think Michigan State can match up decent against Tennessee as well. I think Tennessee's better, but I don't think we're going to get the doors blown off us by any means. So I'm excited. It's all icing on the cake from here. I just wanted the Sweet 16, but now I'm getting greedy. I think that we can beat K-State, and I want it. So we'll see.
Yeah, you're already the favorite. It was -1 yesterday. I don't know if it moved at all today.
I think it's -2, and the money's on K-State. So
really,
That's
weird.
Yep.
Huh.
Yep. We'll keep that hush hush though for until it gets closer to game time. I'm trying not to get my hopes up. Also, Marquette was the most bet team yesterday. They had like 83%.
Really?
That's the thing.
Yeah.
If you guys can beat Marquette, I think you guys can definitely beat K-State.
Not only that, but Marquette outscored us from 3 by 27 points and lost by 9. So, I mean,
Wow.
State only went 2 for 16 from 3. And they said yesterday they only have 2 wins this entire season when making less than 5 threes. And it was yesterday against Marquette and Friday against USC. So they're kind of finding new ways to win, which is positive.
Yeah.
But if they're making their threes, I mean, who knows?
Okay. Well, guys, if you look in our upper corner right here, that is our live subscriber count. So if you guys subscribe to us on YouTube at any point throughout the show, hopefully our technology is working and you can see it move up with your subs. So make sure you consider subscribing to us. I think we're ready to get into the big three unless you guys had anything else you wanted to add about March Madness.
A quick last thing. Who is your guys' favorite with this new 16 field to take the championship? What would be your championship game and then the winner with the remaining 16 teams?
Let me pull up.
Might be kind of tough if you don't have the bracket. I'll start though. It's definitely going to be Bama, and I honestly like UConn. I think Bama, UConn in the championship, and I like Bama to take it. I don't know. We've seen this UConn story so much, and I think they're a little they're not overrated, but in years of past, they went way under the radar. They're definitely going under the radar this year, but they're slowly getting the attention of the public. I don't know. I just like UConn moving forward. I like them over Arkansas. I like them over the winner of Gonzaga, UCLA. And then, Houston and Texas. That's going to be a tough matchup for sure. I wouldn't be upset with either of those teams in the national championship. But I don't know. I think UConn, I've seen it before. I think, we're coming up of 9 years since they won it last. This is their first Sweet 16 since winning it. What was that? 2000? It might 11 years, 2012, I think. But I don't know. I like Bama, UConn with Bama coming out on top.
I had Texas winning the whole thing, so I'm going to stick with Texas right now, and I'll go with Bama as well.
Okay.
I love what both of you guys just said. I like UConn to come out of that quad. I like Texas to come out of that quad. I like Bama to come out of that quad. I'll take Michigan State to go to the Final Four too, but I'll take Bama to beat Texas in the finals.
I'd take it. If
Bama looks unstoppable.
I'll take it.
Yeah. I'm excited. 15 more games, and just about all of them are going to be fantastic. So I can't wait.
All right. So I have, looks like 2 hockey and a basketball. Do we want to start with hockey or do we want to start with basketball, guys?
I have 3 hockey.
I have 2 basketball, 1 hockey.
Okay. Let's start with hockey then.
Okay.
You guys want me to go first?
Sure.
So I got Penguins money line tonight at -160.
What was that again? Sorry.
Penguins money line at -160. Penguins are just one of the best teams, and I think they're still they want more still. They're not exactly happy. They're only 34-25 right now. They're playing Ottawa. Over in that game set at 6.5. Pittsburgh was already moved because I was doing this right before we got on, and they're -160. They've already moved to -175. So I really like Pittsburgh in this game.
I like it. I'll go next. I have a 2-team parlay. I have the Panthers over Detroit, and then I'm taking the Oilers over who are they playing again? Oilers over the Sharks. It comes out to +100, 2-teamer. Nice and easy there.
I like that a lot. I'm involved in both those games as well, both sides. I'll start with the Panthers. I like the Panthers in 60 minutes, -120. I think they get it done in regulation. Detroit is in a free fall.
Unfortunately, man.
That's
hockey's better when the Red Wings are good, man.
It is. Yeah, I mean, I tweeted it out at the beginning of the month, but just looking at their schedule, it was absolutely brutal for this month. And I think they've won twice maybe so far, and I don't see that. It's just whatever. They'll get there a couple more years.
Yeah. I'm gonna kind of tail you too, Wyatt. I got a parlay that I wanted to do, and I have the Oilers winning outright, Oilers money line, and I combined them with the Avalanche money line. They're against Chicago. So
I like
taking
that too.
both the best team, both really good teams against teams that are really struggling. 19-37 and a 24-39. So these are not good teams. If you combine them in a parlay, it's only minus 165. So I really like that.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. I like both those picks. Again, I don't think the Oilers are losing tonight.
No.
The Avalanche are kind of weird. I don't know, they play great and then they lose to a team like Chicago, but I think they're ultimately going to get it done tonight. Do you want to go next, Ethan? Because I'm all out of hockey. Or do you want me just to roll over to NBA?
Yeah, I'll go. And you're all out of hockey too, right, Ben?
Yep.
Okay, so I can just finish off. I'll stick with Edmonton. Let me get the exact price here. I'm going over their team total. I believe it's 4.5 minus 110 is what I think that's what I saw last. Let's see here. Minus 105.
Edmonton over 4.5.
Over 4.5 minus 105.
That might be a big boy bet there. They could
Yeah.
easily score 6 in this game.
Yeah, I like that a lot. San Jose sucks. I mean, they're shipping it in.
Yeah.
I mean, Edmonton's arguably the hottest team right now. And then my last one, I'm going to do the LA Kings on the money line. They are minus 110.
I like
I think
it.
Calgary is going in the wrong direction. LA is going in the right direction.
Good pick.
I like it. I'll go transition into NBA. I have a player prop here. And it's kind of weird. I have Klay Thompson over 5.5 first quarter points. They're playing the Rockets. His 2 games against the Rockets, which I think Steph was out for both those games. So obviously, you're missing Steph, but and Steph's back in the lineup. But the 2 games that Klay played versus the Rockets, he had 41 points, then 42 points. Currently he has the last 3 games, he scored 14, 15, and 17 points. So he's kind of struggling offensively. I don't want to take his full game total because this game could easily get blown out of proportion. Golden State's already 11.5 point favorite. I'm worried that, this game come the fourth quarter, the starters aren't going to play much. So I think Klay could easily hit 2 threes in the first quarter. I think he could go for 8 to 10 points in that first quarter. So I'm taking his over the 5.5 and it should hit pretty easy. That's at minus 120.
Nice find.
2 threes, back to back, bang,
Yeah.
over.
Yeah, easy. I'm moving actually over to Tuesday because I just saw this and I like this a lot. Boston Celtics, they are -4 right now against Sacramento, and especially in basketball, if you can get the better team and it's still like a pretty close spread, like they only have to cover 4, I'll take that every day.
Yeah, that's a good find as well. Boston's playing great. The Kings, I don't know how the Kings are good. The Kings actually aren't bad, but I do think Boston's a much better team there. So I don't mind that line at all. I'm going to stay with today, and this is definitely my least favorite one. It already went up a point since I bet it, so that sucks. But I have the Bulls 76ers under 225.5. Looks like on DraftKings right now it's 226.5, so I got screwed. But looking at the Bulls, I think 4 of their last 5 games, they haven't scored 100 points. The Sixers can score, but the Sixers, I feel like they can serve more at the end of the games. The Sixers are 8-point favorite in this, so this could definitely get blown out of the water as well. So I like the under in this, even at 225.5. I'm okay with that. I'm feeling like a 97 to 110 win or something like that, where hopefully the over hits or the under hits pretty easily there.
You should go throw $1 on that exact score line.
I already have a $3.87 parlay to win 290 or whatever.
I saw that.
There you go. Any other games that you guys are looking at or anything else you guys want to hit on?
I'm just I need to reel back in. I mean, I've said a lot. I kind of don't look at the NBA too much until it gets closer to playoffs, which I guess now we're pretty damn close, but need to reel back the NHL. I've just been so college basketball oriented that I haven't even looked at too many games. So, yeah, I guess for right now I don't. I just need to kind of reel it back in.
Yeah, I have a couple other player props that are not in my big 3. I like the Kachuk brothers, both of them tonight. Matthews playing the Red Wings, obviously. I like him over a half goal. He has a goal in 3 straight games. Detroit is obviously tanking right now. So I think he can continue that streak to 4 straight games. And then I have his older brother, Brady Tkachuk, over 4 shots on goals, and that's in your Ottawa-Pittsburgh game. Again, both teams are allowing a lot of shots on goals. I think Ottawa's has on average 34 shots per game. Pittsburgh's allowing 33 shots per game. So I like his over there. I think he's hit that 5 of his last 6 as well. So I like those 2 hockey parlay or player props as well.
Yeah, I like that.
Again, no idea if that's how you pronounce her last name, but I think it is Tkachuk, something like that.
Yep, Tkachuk, you got it.
Yep. I guess 2 things I'll say. I jumped off the bandwagon here about 2 weeks ago, but Connor McDavid and Nathan MacKinnon both in action tonight. I was heavy on their shot props total. I'd throw caution to the wind with McDavid. Ever since the trade deadline, I don't know if it was getting rid of Tyson Barrie or what happened there, what switched up with their lines, but he's not getting the shots like he was. His is only at 3.5 though, which is intriguing, but I'm still looking at Nathan MacKinnon over 4.5 shots. Undecided if I'll bet it myself tonight, but the Blackhawks give up just a ridiculous amount of shots. My only fear is that Colorado goes up 5-0 after 2, and MacKinnon doesn't see as many shifts in the third. So that's kind of where I'm holding off.
I think the McDavid shots are getting affected now because of Evander Kane back in the lineup. So I've actually been transitioning to McDavid points instead of shots on goal, just because, he's reducing his shots. And, last game, 2 days ago, Kane had like 3 goals and
McDavid had 1 shot.
McDavid had like 4 points, all like 3 assists or something like that. So, it's because his are like 3.5 now shots on goal, and it's like at -110, and it was like 4.5, 5 shots on goal at like -130. So
right.
I mean, Kane's the offensive guy. McDavid's more of the creator, not he is a leading scorer in the NHL, but you know what I mean. I think Kane's taken away a lot of his opportunities at net.
It actually was kind of a miracle that McDavid was hitting back to back, because like you said, he's just the facilitator kind of. He's not like McKinnon's just shot, especially when things are not going so well. So, yeah, it is kind of a miracle that McDavid was hitting consistently there for a while.
Got a funny story for you guys about paying attention. So, the Gonzaga TCU game, I think, was that yesterday already? So, at halftime, I switched it over to the Blues Winnipeg game because I was making all of our graphics for it. And I think I listened to like a whole period before I realized that this is a replay. What the hell am I doing listening to this?
No way.
Yeah, because I'm checking our scores and I'm like, Blues 3-0. What the? Oh my God. They played earlier in the day. I'm like, man, this is why you got to pay attention if you're going to watch or listen to something.
That's awesome. This morning I was trying to find that Indiana State basketball game and just came across the UFC Fight Night main card. I was like, oh, this is Saturday's card. Didn't pay for it. So I was like, yeah, I'll watch a couple of these fights, and watched a couple of the lower level main events. Then next I know John Jones is coming out. I'm like, fuck, this thing happened like 2-3 weeks ago. It's not even close to relevant. But, oh well.
Hey man, that happens sometimes. That's sports fans, man. You just see something on, you click it.
It was all new to me. Worse than Thanksgiving, Grandpa's on the couch, passed out after the turkey. Lions are on TV. They score a touchdown. He wakes up. They see the replay, and he's like, "They scored again!" Yeah, it's a blowout, man. Lions just scored twice in 2 seconds. It's unheard of.
That happens all the time, too.
Yeah.
Well, real quick, we're going to transition over to our partners at Dubby. Ethan's got some behind him. Delicious. We highly recommend it. Got the blue raspberry. Thank you, Ethan. So they have those little tubs of them right now. You guys can pick them up. They just came back in stock again. They're not your traditional energy drink either. They are made right here in the United States, and they have no sugar, fillers, artificial dye, and are gluten-free. So they're awesome. All their flavors are custom made. They have blue raspberry, dragon fruit, pink strawberry, Granny Smith apple, passion fruit tea, fruit punch lemon lime, mango, white peach, watermelon guava lime, and strawberry banana. Use our code BIG for 10% off your order and never miss another play and never watch a already played hockey game again. Helps you with your focus.
Needed some damn W last night.
I did. I did not drink it, and I could tell.
So did you miss the end of the Gonzaga game then?
No, I flipped back.
Oh, okay.
When I noticed that, I was like, oh, shit. All right, I'm going to go back. I don't care if it's commercial.
Yeah. I'm still on cloud 9 from that game, but
I still can't get over the ending of it, though. I don't know if I ever will. I felt so bad for Noel in the Discord. If you guys aren't part of it, you guys got to join it because it is hilarious.
yeah, it's probably safe to say he won't be betting the rest of the tournament.
Yeah.
From some of his comments last night.
That's a bad beat.
Or a good win, depending on what side you had.
Yeah, there you go, Ethan. So, our segment today, after our big three, is, I don't know, for the viewers if you guys have seen it, but I believe it's Caleb Presley has a show where he interviews people called Sunday Conversations. We're gonna be interviewing each other right now to see who can pull off the best interviewer, see who has the stone cold face, if they're able to hold it together. I'm interviewing Ethan, Ethan's interviewing Wyatt, and Wyatt's interviewing me. Does anybody have the balls and want to go first?
Ben, I think I'll answer the questions first if you want to ask them, but
I'm down, dude.
I know you've been prepping for a bit, and I kind of just want I need to be shown the ropes a little bit.
Okay.
I've seen the Caleb Presley stuff, but it sounds like maybe not quite as much as you have.
I love him, man.
So I have my questions prepared, but I just I need a warm up, if you will.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, I get you, man. My only problem is I laugh a lot and like I can't keep a straight face, so
Yeah, that's fine.
that's gonna.
I'll
kill
be
me.
Glenny Balls in the background here.
I
Go
should
get some ice
send you
cream.
some ice cream. Why? Yeah.
You want me
I
to
just
take my
bought
shirt
them.
off too?
Yeah.
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 I just bought ice cream today. I should go get it.
You should, man. Okay.
Hey, but I will say this is like trying to sing the national anthem after Whitney Houston. It's a tough task to follow here. I mean, Caleb
Oh,
Presley, what he does is like
Yeah.
top notch.
It
So,
is.
I mean, props to him. We're not gonna be as good as he is.
No, this is better in green.
Yeah.
But this is just something we thought would be fun. Probably be a little funny. Get to know us guys a little more.
It's the Monday conversation.
Thank you, Ethan. I've been struggling so hard about how I would make this thumbnail without us getting in like legal trouble. Now I know.
There you go.
Because I want to make it as close to how they make their thumbnails as possible
There you go.
without getting in trouble. Okay. Are you ready?
I'm good.
Ethan Bainbridge. I got a question for you, Ethan. Why can't you have shit in Detroit?
There's a lot of theft going on in Detroit, let me tell you.
Why?
I gotta say, Detroit is up and coming. Well, I'll start by saying I am far from Detroit. I only make an occasional trip or two. So I guess I can't fully talk on what's happening there in the back streets, but I have seen 8 Mile. So it's a good reference point. Yeah, I'd say keep a lock on it.
And you watch Lions games too, so you know poverty.
I do. I've grown up with poverty. Yeah. Yeah. The Lions are just the tip of the iceberg for that.
Okay, I have a question for you. You might not know this, but being a Lions fan, maybe you will. Did you know that Calvin Johnson was a middle child?
I did not know that, actually.
He does. He has 2 brothers. So, do you prefer the bigger Johnson or the smaller Johnson?
You know, I kind of like, as a Lions fan, I kind of like the Johnson right in the middle. I think
Just the right size Johnson?
Yeah, the middle Johnson, he was fine. I mean, he was a 6'4" Johnson, if that 6'5".
Close to 6.
I
Close to
think he was
6.
an African American too.
Yeah. I guess, I mean, I'd go bigger if I had to pick bigger or smaller, but give me the Johnson I know and love, Calvin.
You do love your Johnsons, Ethan.
I love a couple of them.
What main sport did you used to play?
I mean, God, I've played them all, but football's always been my love.
What position did you play?
Not as good as Wyatt, but I was also a safety.
Were you?
I was.
Okay. Were you free or strong safety?
Strong safety.
Strong safety. Awesome, man. Awesome. Another question about the Lions. A lot of this is gonna be Lions related, so I apologize. But do they use Honolulu blue? Because after the regular season, they all go to Honolulu right after.
Yeah. That's a great question. I wish I had some connections to reach out. I don't know, but I could definitely see why you assume that. Although the Pro Bowl's in Honolulu blue or in Honolulu, and I don't think many of them made it, at least back in the day. So they maybe went to Miami or somewhere. Didn't always get the invite to Honolulu.
Hawaii's nice,
I hear it is.
especially in like what is it, late January, mid-January.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, now I gotta ask you to answer something. If it's Lions or not Lions, it might be football related. It might not be football related. But I just want you to tell me if you relate that to something being, oh, that's the Lions or that's not Lions. So
Okay.
going 0-16 in fantasy football.
Lions.
That's Lions.
That's so Lions.
What about saying your blood sugar is getting low as an excuse to eat chocolate?
Did you hear this from somebody?
I just made all these up, man.
Oh, I literally say that
Oh, do you?
like frequently.
Oh, wow.
Lions, I guess.
Lions? Okay. What about having a stable of good running backs?
Oh, so not Lions.
So not Lions.
Not since Barry, no.
Okay. What about taking a volleyball to the face?
You reached out to someone, didn't you?
I have no clue what you're talking about, Ethan. I'm just asking you questions, man.
Am I gonna have to check my girlfriend's DMs?
I don't know. I don't even know her name.
Interesting. Not Lions.
Not Lions? Okay. Moving on. Next one. Have you ever been to Dixon, Michigan?
Dixon, like
Dixon.
Dixon?
Dixon, yeah.
Have not.
You haven't? They have amazing cider.
Do they?
They do.
Is that Northern Michigan?
It is Northern Michigan, yes.
Okay.
I say nothing beats Dixon cider. Nothing. But I mean, I was just in Michigan this summer. I had a lot of fun. Maybe consider taking a trip up there, man.
I should. I'll try that Dixon cider someday.
I got another question for you. Just like, because other states really aren't really doing this, but why is Michigan split in two?
I don't know. We're
Seems like it
unique.
should just be part of Wisconsin, dude.
No, you would think so, but actually, if you look at Michigan, it looks like a giant, like ghostly figure giving Wisconsin a little kiss. It's just like a little goodnight kiss.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
But you don't live in the Upper Peninsula, do you?
No, sir.
So, as someone who lives in Grand Rapids, how does it feel to live in the South? Being a Southern boy.
I mean, hey, we're always fixing to do something, us Southerners here.
You like some good old home cooking meals like Mama used to make?
Sure do. A
Hell
little
yeah,
country
man.
music.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Cracker Barrel's at a top 3 restaurant, yes or no?
Top 3 is pushing it. top 5 is up there.
Top 5. Okay. I just wondered what a Southern boy like you thought about Cracker Barrel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do love my Southern cooking.
Who is your favorite musician? What's your favorite type of music?
Country music, Cody Johnson.
Southern boy. Southern boy. Okay. I only have one question left for you, and then I'm gonna turn it over to you, okay?
Alrighty.
And this is just like random off the top of my head, okay? So,
I'm sure.
have you ever been found passed out butt naked on a couch by your best friend's dad? Did this happen or no? Just
I
curious.
plead the fifth.
It didn't happen.
Could have.
He did his goddamn research.
Holy hell. Am I on the internet? God. No wonder my girlfriend's not home right now. She had to leave.
Oh yeah.
That could have happened once or
Might have
twice.
happened.
Was he impressed?
I wouldn't think so. That was a yeah, that happened.
Well, Ethan,
All
thank
I'll
you
say
for
is it
coming
could
to
have
my
been worse.
interview, man.
Hey, thanks for having me. I guess I have to do some digging into the source. Well, Wyatt, I guess you are on the hot seat, my friend.
It looks that way.
And we run in a couple of the same circles, but lucky for you, I did not go digging in some of your past, per se. I'm going to start pretty well noted. You're a Michigan fan. Fair?
Correct.
Okay, so being a Michigan fan, I'm sure you know the story of Jim Harbaugh having a sleepover with a player actually from my high school, Rockford, to kind of get him to go to the team. You're familiar?
The kicker, right?
Kicker, Quinn Nordine.
Yeah.
It just leads me to ask, would you sleep with Jim Harbaugh for a championship?
I mean, we already have 2 back-to-back, so do I need to do it? Are we talking about national championship?
I'm talking national championship.
National championship, I'd sell my soul to the devil. So sign me up. I'll go over to his house right now for a national championship. I will be Big Spoon. Actually, I'll be Little Spoon for a national championship.
All right.
I'll catch.
Well, let me up the ante a little bit. We'll stick with Michigan here. Probably their most notable alumni ever. Do you have a guess? Who would you think?
Most notable?
Most
Are
notable.
we talking sports world? Are we talking presidents? Are we
sports
talking
world? Most notable.
probably
alum.
Tom Brady or Charles Woodson, I would say.
I'd probably say Tom Brady. Are you aware that he open mouth kisses his kids?
I'd get in with an open mouth kiss with Tom Brady for a national championship, if that's where we're getting at.
That's where we're getting at. Will you open mouth kiss Tom Brady's children?
His children or him?
Oh no.
Tom Brady's son.
Don't
If,
answer.
if there's
Don't
no
answer that.
if there's no felony involved, I'm in.
Okay. Okay, I like it. Dedicated to his team. Okay, let's shift to basketball here. Okay, you've had a pretty good player, I'd say, over the last 3-4 years. I'm sure you know who I'm talking about here.
Hunter
What's that last name?
Dickinson.
Can you
You have to say it like that.
Can you slow that down by syllable for me?
Dickinson.
Dick and son. Interesting. Is there a culture problem with Michigan?
I think that's at Penn State.
It could be.
No, basketball wise, there is a cultural problem.
Jawan.
That is correct.
Okay. Just curious. Okay, I'm gonna shift a little bit from from the Michigan world here, because there is one more thing I know about you. You're a big Batman guy, right?
It fell down. Yes, I am.
Okay, I did a deep dive on your Instagram. Actually, let me just pull it up again real quick here.
Boy.
Oh boy. Let's see.
How deep are you going, Ethan?
Deeper than Dickinson. Let's see here. So it looks like you posted July 21st of 2012. You were seeing The Dark Knight Rises. Hashtag finally, hashtag Dark Knight Rises.
Are there 3 likes on that post?
2 likes on that post. So again, you are a big Batman fan, right?
That's correct.
Can I assume The Dark Knight was not the only thing that was rising that night?
Yeah. I think that assumption is correct. There was a lot of things rising. Yes.
Was one of them in your pants?
Let's just say I was pitching a tent. I might have went camping that weekend.
Okay. I figured. Your Instagram name, actually. Here, shout out. If everyone watching, go follow Dark Knight 2421. Is that in reference to your Batman fandom? Or is that in reference to your alcohol consumption the night that Michigan lost to TCU?
Well, I was drunk that night. I was at a wedding, unfortunately. So that was a dark night for sure. However, I think it was more made of because of my Batman fandom back in whenever the creation of that account was, 2011. I think I was
That checks
14.
out. That checks out.
However, looking back at it now, it could be, if I were to make that account now, I think it would just be more of in reference of blacking out because of Michigan.
Okay. This one caught me off guard, but now I have to ask. I just clicked on your first ever post on Instagram.
I don't even know what it is.
Do you still wish your cat wasn't so fat?
Believe it or not, the fat one does not have asthma. The lesser fat one has asthma, and we have to give him an inhaler like once a week. So,
Do you really?
They're actually still kicking, 17 years old.
Dude, nice.
Wow.
I have 2 4-year-olds, so I only hope that they can make it that far.
Yeah, well, they don't move a whole lot now. They just kind of wheeze. The one just wheezes with asthma attacks, and the other one is the fat one, and he doesn't move.
Yeah, still kicking though. And I guess I just have 2 more for you. Sticking to Batman, I know you've showed me before you have a Batman tattoo on your rib cage. Is that the first time you've ever been poked in the ribs?
It was definitely the longest I was poked in the ribs.
Plead the fifth on if it was the first.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that up for discussion of the audience can discuss.
Okay.
However, my grandma does think that's the sign of the devil I have on my ribs, so I also have that going for me.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you said yourself you'd sell your soul to the devil for a Michigan championship.
Trying to make her aware of my deals.
Right. And then this will be my last question. So I kind of started off by saying we ran in the same circles, went to very close in proximity high schools. You yourself were a football player, played Forest Hills Northern. I was not a football player in high school, but went to Rockford. And I was just checking some history. Looks like you guys had a decent senior year, if I'm not mistaken, according to Max Preps. Maybe a couple of rough spans there, maybe your junior, sophomore, freshman year. And then you continued your football career into college at Hillsdale. And I had quite a few guys that I knew from Rockford go to Hillsdale. Was your decision based on can't beat them, join them?
Well, we were way too small to play Rockford. So they were definitely better. But yeah, I think my decision was more based off of I'm not good enough, so I'll go here.
Okay.
I think that's the better answer because obviously I wanted to play at Michigan. However, if you can't tell, I know it's a little dark in my room. I am a Caucasian and I play defense. So unfortunately, that does not cut it. I play defense secondary. So unfortunately, that does not cut it at most D1 schools. So I had to take the next best offer. I think that better says where I ended up where I did.
So the Dark Knight does not relate to your skin color.
No.
Okay.
No.
Hey, Hillsdale though, prestigious college.
Yes, I let's just say whenever we had tests, I always wore shorts because I'd had all the answers written on my thighs. So
No one needs to know that.
yeah, yep. But
You're a
if they ever
scholar
come
and
at me, just say I cheated my way through.
You're a scholar and an athlete, collegiate athlete at a good school. Hey, that's all I had for you.
And now I make TikToks, man, full circle.
And now you DoorDash and hope to win 56% of your bets on the weekends.
I think that's all. That's why we went to college, right?
That's why I went.
That's why I signed up.
Yeah. Didn't learn a damn thing about betting, but it's all right. Hey, well, that's all I had for you.
Man, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Is it my honor now?
Yes, sir.
All right, Ben. So obviously I do not know you much at all since we've only been doing this for about, a week and a half, 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, whatever it was. So this is a great exercise for me to get to know you better. So
Okay.
that's what I'm really looking forward to. So Ben Bentley,
Okay.
correct?
Yes,
Like
sir.
the car?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever had or owned a Bentley?
I have not.
Do you plan on having one?
As soon as this shit pops off, yeah.
Okay. I was just going to say, thank you for bringing that up because I was just going to say, you're a podcast host, a white podcast host talking about sports. Do you know how many other Caucasian males around our age are doing this?
Oh, they got to be about another 2 or 3, right?
I think that maybe just one, but yeah, it's a handful. So
Yeah.
maybe we should shift from Bentleys to more, something higher class
Okay, yeah.
because I feel like we're popping off here. So I think the world is our oyster on this one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm glad we got the last name figured out. Now, before we get into your teams of choice, I wanted to get your geological area where you live. So,
Okay.
obviously, Kansas City fan. Are you in Kansas City?
I was born in Kansas City, and I went to college in Kansas City. But I currently live in St. Louis.
Okay.
On the Missouri side.
So we'll start with Kansas City. So just a quick little couple Google searches of your lovely place of birth. Would you say this is a safe area?
Compared to where I currently live, yes.
Okay. Another question regarding the safeness of this area. So obviously you're living in an area where a Super Bowl champ was just had.
Yep.
They also won a couple years ago, so 2 in the past couple years. Would you move to a safer place, say like Uganda, for the next year? Safer, just it's safe. It's a nice neighborhood area to guarantee yourself a Super Bowl this year.
Do I have internet?
Think of your children. Think of your family. You're doing it for safety.
That's true. Sure. I'll try something new for a year.
All right. Well, get that passport going. I already got your ticket.
Perfect.
Hopefully you're able to fly. All right. That's great. I have another question about it. Actually works with your current city as well, but I'll go back to your place of birth, Kansas City. Now, Kansas City is an interesting city. Believe it or not, best known for its barbecue.
Yes.
Do you guys just not go traveling much? Like, have you never gone down south?
Let's see. I went to Tennessee 2 years ago for vacation. We stopped in Memphis. Memphis is pretty good too. I'll give shout out to
Okay.
Memphis.
You're telling me like deep south, they don't got better barbecue than Kansas City?
I went to Mississippi. I love Kansas. Personally, I grew up with Kansas City barbecue, so I am biased, but I love Kansas City barbecue.
All right, that's fair. Another question about your lovely city of birth. So I know it's on the border of two states, similar to St. Louis, but I believe St. Louis is majority in Missouri.
Yeah.
Now, Kansas City, there's two Kansas cities. Correct me if I'm wrong. One in Kansas, and one in Missouri.
Mhm.
And isn't there like a one that's much better side to be on? Is there an area that's better?
Any place that's not downtown.
Okay. So
Like, so
were you
the
born?
stadium and stuff's in Independence, which is a nice area. But if you
Okay.
keep going just like another 10 minutes, then you start hitting the sketchy stuff.
So were you born on the Kansas or the Missouri side?
Missouri side.
And do you just get to choose like what side you're from? Like it's pretty much all the same, right? And I'm before you answer that, does that just kind of correlate to your fandom of Ohio State? You kind of just choose whatever team was good at the time. Is that just kind of, or is it more of like a Civil War North and South kind of thing? You just it's. I'm trying to figure out because I've never heard of cities being in two states where it
Gotcha.
seems like you just can almost coin toss which one you want to say you're from.
So there's St. Louis on the Illinois side, and that's when you hear like that's the bad. That's East St. Louis.
Okay.
That's where the like real ghetto stuff is. You get it on the Missouri side too, but not like you do on the Illinois side. Um, I'd say probably the Kansas City on the Missouri side might be the worst one because the Kansas City, Kansas is actually really nice.
Okay.
When people say like all the nice stuff in Kansas City, a lot of it is actually not downtown. A lot of it's like in the spread out areas.
Kidding. You're telling me the suburbs is the place to live?
Yeah, can you believe it?
That's gonna get you canceled.
No. Can I tell you why I like Ohio State though?
Yes. Yeah. Go
I can
ahead.
explain it.
Actually, can I ask?
Go ahead.
Can I guess why you're an Ohio State fan?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
I was thinking of like who could possibly want to be a fan of this garbage college and sports place. So I was looking into it and it came up. Brutus the Buckeye came on my page. Are you an Ohio State fan? Because you and Brutus have similar head shapes.
I thought it was because we both like nuts.
That would probably have been a better answer, better question. But yeah, let's hear your origin of Ohio State.
Okay, so I was a big wrestler back in the day, and we went to Ohio State for 2 weeks over the summer to do a wrestling camp up there. So we got to do like bleacher laps in the Ohio State football field stadium, suicides on the football field, and then just basically spend the next 2 weeks with the Ohio State wrestling team. And that's back when Logan Stieber, one of the 4-time NCAA champs, 5-time now, was wrestling there. So we got to meet him, and that was kind of like at the peak of their time. So like meeting all these guys was a big deal. So we had a lot of fun, and getting to actually stay on campus and stuff was awesome.
Do you know one of the most famous serial killers was a student at Ohio State?
Really? Who was that?
Was he there during your stay? Is that
What
the
was
way?
his
Is
name?
that why you're the way you are? I know you like little boys. You said you were. How old were you when you went on this tournament trip?
17? 17.
Oh, that's right. That's right in his hot spot. That's tough. But yeah, I Ohio State, obviously I'm a Michigan fan. Ohio State, I will say, has ran the table the last however many years. I am lucky that, the last 2 years have worked out in my favor. But so I'm interested for this next matchup, Michigan Ohio State football back in Ann Arbor. I know Ohio State was thinking of changing their mascot. Are you aware of what a cuck is?
I am.
Okay.
That's the
it
next
just
option,
seems,
huh?
It just seems right. I don't know. Obviously, when Michigan beat Ohio State at Ann Arbor 2 years ago, I was at the game, Michigan coming back as an underdog. Yeah, they had the home field advantage. Yeah, it was snowing. Like all the narratives worked in Michigan's favor, right? And then come this season, right? We had to go down to Columbus in hostile territory with a
Yeah.
probably better Ohio State team than last year.
Yeah.
And we kind of made Ohio State our cuck. So I think Michigan is changing the scoreboard for next year's game in Ann Arbor. Will be Michigan Wolverines versus Ohio State Cuckeyes.
I was
What are your
hoping you would say
thoughts?
that.
What are your thoughts on? Is that rightful? Is that lawful? Is that allowed? Is that, I'm just trying to get your thoughts on what Ohio State needs to do to not be Michigan's cuck.
Not lose. Not lose. They haven't done that the last
All right.
2 years, so the name is fitting. I can't argue it.
That's fair. And again, I can't say a whole lot about that, which is why I'll end there since you don't really have a chance at a rebuttal because I think you guys are 9-1 in the past 10 years. But we'll move forward to my last category, and is what do you do for fun? Like, what are your hobbies besides sports bet the Emmys or edit videos? What else do you got? What do you do for fun?
Dude, I do this. Ever since we started this is all I do, this and hang out with the wife. Watch some
Awesome.
Netflix shows.
And getting onto the video editing, are you aware of deep fakes?
I am.
Are you aware of VAR adult films?
VAR?
VAR,
I don't
the
think so.
virtual reality.
Oh, VR. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, VR, whatever, same thing. So
I didn't know if it was different.
yeah, you're a pretty tech savvy guy. What are the thoughts if this doesn't pan out? You kind of transition to the adult film industry.
I would love it, dude. Reach out right now.
Okay, get back
I've
to
said
me.
it on here.
Yeah.
I was born to be a guy because I would have made too much money if I was a woman. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right. Well, if you do get into that, please don't forget about us because I would always like an in on the industry. Another hobby I had asked. How does it feel? I really enjoyed watching you run the 40.
Oh,
That was a great video. Were you proud with your results?
I wasn't, man. I really thought I was gonna beat that too. I was pissed, man.
So I know you're racing to the lowest of the combine that year, right? So that the year was it the slowest ever you were trying to beat?
I think it was. It was supposed to be the slowest that year, and then it kind
Okay.
of became the slowest ever. And then
Well, the slowest ever was a 6.0640 from a gentleman that was 6'4", 300 pounds.
yeah,
Correct me if I'm wrong. You almost lost to that by a second. Do you,
I
like
almost
in
lost? I
in
thought
the
I did lose to it.
you did almost by a whole second.
Oh, okay, got it.
So
Now I
you've
got
seen the Olympics when they run the 100-yard dash, correct?
Yes.
Like when Usain Bolt ran like a 9.6, and then the second place guy ran like a 9.7, and he was 10 yards behind. Think of what a whole second of a 40 could. That's a tenth of a second. Think of if they put your 40 next to this gentleman that ran a 6.06 as the slowest ever recorded. How much further you'd be behind? He'd run 40 yards before you ran 30. Anyways, I don't want to get down on you too bad. I have one last question, and it's regards to sports betting.
Oh,
So you know the game, marry, F, kill, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I have 3 words, sports betting terms. They're all not very fun, but you have to marry one, you have to like one, and then you have to kill one, like one in bed. So the
Okay.
3 words are hedge, the under, or the hook.
Those do all suck. I guess marry the under, like edging, and killing the hook.
Yeah, I mean, I know Ethan's going to marry that under. That's all he lives and dies by. But I personally think that's a pretty obvious answer. I would probably marry the hook because sometimes the hook can work out and then sometimes it doesn't. And that's marriage for you. I would probably like in bed the hedge because you can be naughty to it and it might work out in your favor. You also might get arrested. And then I would probably kill the under just because I will never, ever bet an under in an important game. Moving on. Last question. Gun against your head. You have one team / bet. Who are you giving me or what are you giving me? If it loses,
Just like today or just in general?
in general, like anytime, like I don't, yeah, it's whatever season's going on, like what, yeah, any time, your favorite bet, your most confident bet of all time, what would that be?
Anytime.
And it can't be Grammy related.
You know I'm too money there, man.
Like who's your
Anytime-
live and die? Do you have a live and die team? Do you have, besides the Chiefs? I mean, you can do the Chiefs.
I was gonna say if the Chiefs are ever underdogs, is a good time to take them.
Okay, that's perfect answer. Chiefs
Yeah.
underdogs.
Yeah.
So
if you
now
can
my
get
follow
points
up
with
to
the
that,
Chiefs.
if the Chiefs are ever the underdog, you buy a contract that you signed, you have to take that the next opportunity.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know when that'll be.
And if it loses, I'm coming over. Or actually, I'll just let Kansas City do its work on you. And you have to go out like after midnight in Kansas City, and then that should be it. But Ben, I enjoyed getting to know you. I enjoy your state of origin. I don't enjoy the teams you root for, but I'm
That's fair.
happy that we were able to do this interview.
Thank you, man. Thank you for the questions.
Can I answer the marry one, like one in bed, kill one question?
Yeah.
Sure.
Because Wyatt, you gave a perfect answer for the like one in bed. Especially, I'm still thinking back on my hedge last night with TCU. So yeah, sometimes a little risque, but sometimes it comes through for you in a big way. So yeah, absolutely. Liking in bed the hedge. I mean, obviously, I'm marrying the under. That's how I basically buy my groceries. And yeah, then kill the hook because it. I mean, I get why you would marry the hook. Sometimes it can help you, but also sometimes it can kill you. So kill the hook.
That's I mean, in most crimes, if they look right at the husband first, so
Exactly.
they can kill you.
Exactly.
Man, there is this big Christmas light that one of the Catholic churches puts on in East St. Louis. I'd never been, and I think 2 years ago, we went down to see the Christmas lights, and we got stuck behind a train that just stopped, and we're like in not a good part at all. I don't think I've ever been that freaked out in my life, man. I swear, I thought I saw a shadow of an AK, and I'm like, am I just hallucinating now? I'm so freaked out, or what the hell's going on back there?
Don't worry. I looked up murder capitals. Kansas City, I think, was 3. Chicago's 1. I think Baltimore is 2, and DC is 4. So I'm not in a much better area from Kansas City either. So
I think St. Louis was up there for a while back
Really?
in the day. I think it was number one. To go off what you just said, Ben, back in late middle school, early high school, I was riding with my buddy and his brother and his dad. We were going downtown Detroit somewhere, and we're sitting at a red light, and you just hear the locks on the car go down, and my buddy's brother just starts laughing, which then kind of gets my buddy to start laughing. I'm just completely lost, and I was like, "What's so funny?" And my buddy, I'll never forget it. He's like, "My dad never locks his car." Only downtown Detroit.
Now, where is the Lions Stadium? Is that downtown, or is it kind of okay?
Yeah, I mean,
Because it looks nice.
yeah, I mean, it's up and coming. Comerica, where the Tigers play, is right across from there, and I mean, like, there's some nice bars. It's what would you say? Why it's not really ghetto, but there's like definitely some homeless spillover into the area.
I mean, it's relatively safe around there.
Yeah,
Little Caesars area is a little more sketchy,
yeah,
but that's also pretty up and coming as well. So I mean,
Yeah.
Detroit changed a lot.
Mhm.
I'd say it's probably similar, Ben, to right in the tight knit part of the stadium. You're pretty safe, but
Gotcha.
you go 10 minutes outside, block your car.
Gotcha. Yeah, the Chiefs Stadium isn't even in Kansas City. It's in Independence. So
Oh, okay.
that'll kind of tell you why. Even the Chiefs were
Yeah.
like, nah, we'll stick to the suburbs.
Yeah. Well, that didn't stop Jovan Belcher from bringing a gun there.
Dude,
Too soon, but
dude, that was terrible. That was a terrible day.
yeah, that's probably a terrible joke to make too. Sorry.
Okay. You guys have any Wyatt? Do you have any questions for Ethan? You guys have any questions for the other? So were you a hard hitting safety, Wyatt? Like, were you crunching people?
I mean, in high school as a middle linebacker, as like 160 pounds. College, I was a strong safety, but we did. Nothing against whatever, but we were an all-white school, pretty much. Not all white, but majority of our team were white males, and as you know, you can't run a whole lot of man against faster wide receivers if you're a bunch of white boys. And then when you play Grand Valley or Ferris State, those are Division II champions year after year. Like, obviously, we can't run man, so we did a lot of zone. So I came down in the box like a lot. I was our team's leading tackler every year I started. So I don't know if I'm hard hitting. I just made a lot of tackles. Attempt to be hard hitting, but it's my head would just go right into their knee. So I was never trying to take guys' heads off.
Gotcha.
Just trying to tear their ACLs. Which is better. It's better. That's better.
Did you ever succeed?
One guy went off weird, but I saw him on film the next week, so it didn't look like he had an ACL.
You're waiting all week. Like, God, I hope I don't see this kid again. This is actually kind of a serious question, but I don't even know if I've ever brought this up, but McDonough, I know you played with Jason McDonough. How was he?
He's good. As a player, he's one of my better friends. He was a corner. So a corner, and you've seen Jason. He's a smaller kid.
Yeah.
He was pretty good. He started. He was a year behind me. He started, I think, 2 years, maybe just the 1 year. His junior year, I think he started. But yeah, he was solid. He was pretty solid. Yeah. Again, we played a lot of zones, so there's a lot of not one-on-one matchups,
right?
Just because we were not as good of athletes, but he was pretty good.
It's weird that we have so many connections.
I know, small world.
It is.
Did you guys ever play against people that went D1 or made it to the league?
I've played against a couple, yeah. And more in college. I didn't play against them in high school.
Okay. Now's a chance to name drop if you guys did.
I didn't play in high school. So I guess I would have no idea of middle school if any of those guys were good, but I do know one of my buddies who played for Wyatt will know, but he played for Lowell, which is at one time was a pretty good school around here. And he was in the state championship. He was a corner and had to guard Devin Funches and just got burned all game by him. So not me personally, but that's the closest that I've come. It's a buddy of mine getting burned.
Yeah, my most notable is, and Ethan helped me, I'm blanking on his name, the DN from Grand Valley. Judon. Judon, played against Judon. Ashland had a third round or a tight end that played on the Jets. The Bears. He was drafted in the third round, which is unheard of for a D2 school. I put Ashton Doolin for the Colts. Their wide receiver 3 / punt returner, kick returner / special teams guy, played against him. Keenan Cole, he used to play for the Jags. I think he's on
Keelan Cole.
Yeah. I don't know what team he's on anymore, but I played against him. He had a pick 6 earlier this year. I don't forget what I think the same. I don't know. One of the teams I played against him, he was a safety. There's a running back. Lions guy from who is their running back? Reynolds.
Oh, Josh Reynolds.
Or Craig.
Yep. Played against him in the playoffs. He went to a Pennsylvania school at Kutztown. Played against him in the playoffs. That's all I'm thinking of right now. I'm sure Chris Holland was I think he's on the USFL team right now. Yeah, those are the big names.
Did you have anyone that you played with go?
We had one that made it to the last cut of the Chiefs, wide receiver, but didn't make it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would have been awesome, though.
Yeah, he was our he was like a 14 or 3-team our third time All-American. He broke all of our school records for wide receiver and touchdowns, receptions, receiving yards, everything. So, yeah, tall, little, skinny, ginger kid, looked so unathletic, but just was so good at football. It was crazy. But yeah, no one played. We had Veldier, who played on the Broncos, Raiders for a while. He played on the Packers during COVID in the playoffs, and then played on the Cardinals the next game or something like that. Played on 2 teams in the playoffs.
Okay.
During COVID. He went to Forest Hills Northern and Hillsdale.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then Andre Holmes was another Hillsdale guy that made it to the league. He was like, he played for the Raiders, similar role as like Doolin or that guy from the Pats, their special teamer guy.
Yeah, Slater.
Slater. So, but I mean, those we only had 2 actual NFL guys.
Gotcha.
We had Glenn Denning's little brother, or older brother. He played football, not hockey.
Yeah.
He made it to Lions mini camp, but got cut.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not like Grand Valley or anything.
No, I mean, we've talked off air, but yeah, I know a couple kids in high school that were pretty damn good. I mean, Maddie being one of them that I don't know. I thought he maybe had a chance. But
Little Prairie.
Yep.
Yeah. What about you, Ben?
I think you guys will get a kick out of this. So I think it was my sophomore year at the Jefferson City Wrestling Tournament. I faced this kid that was sleeping underneath the scorer's table, and they called my name, and then they said Jaden Cox, and then he got up, said, all right, did a little stretch, walked out on the mat. I'm like, this dude's been sleeping right up until now. But like, I did not know Jaden Cox at the time. He would go on to win 3 national championships for Mizzou and get a bronze in the Olympics in Rio. So you can imagine.
Did you win?
Yeah, sleepy bastard. No, no. I got teched at the beginning of the second, so I made it through the first period. I made it past 2 minutes. I'm proud of that.
Yeah.
It was unlike anybody else I've ever wrestled in my life, because usually like they slam you down. It felt like he was putting me to sleep. He picked me up and laid me down so gently, like I needed like a pillow, like the Key and Peele skit. Like, what the hell is happening, dude?
Damn.
Oh, that's awesome. It's like Kevin Hart when he's trying to show how the only way you can sack a quarterback.
Yeah, that's what I felt like, man.
Yeah. That's funny.
So what did you get your degree in?
Major in biology, minor in chemistry.
Okay. Did you go to Michigan?
What?
Did you go to Michigan?
No. No. I went to Hillsdale College. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was planning on becoming like a high school teacher and coach. So I was gonna be like a biology teacher and coach. And then I realized I despise being in front of everyone talking. So there goes teaching.
Now you're trying to make
now I'm door dashing with a very good biology degree from a great school that I don't want to use. So yeah, pretty unfortunate life decisions, but I was also 18 when I made them, so it's just like gotta just run its course, I guess. Survival of the fittest. That's what it taught. That's what bio taught me.
Yeah.
I'm using my sport management and business degree to DoorDash and gamble.
Dude, I was so pissed at DoorDash today. They sent me, so I accepted this order because it was like really high paying. I was like, oh, or it wasn't even that high paying, but I was like, okay, like, and I didn't look at the directions. So like we're in Virginia, there's the Potomac River, then there's Maryland, and then DC's like up here. It took me I had to go all the way around like 45 minutes, like 30 miles to go to Maryland to drop off this stupid order and then drive all the way back to like, and then I was done after that. But like they screwed me today. And it was like
Dude.
$17 total. I was like, well, that's not even going to pay for the gas.
Right.
So, yeah.
I hate that.
But no, overall, I had a pretty solid day today. Give for what it takes.
Yeah. I need to get back into the.
Are we still live?
Yeah. Dude, I'm rolling as long as we can.
Whatever.
I mean, that's all right with all our. Let's see. I've been off the YouTube, but we do have 2 watchers.
Oh, hey, what's up, guys?
Welcome.
Leave a comment. Like this video. I haven't read this out, but we got a letter from St. Jude.
Oh.
I'm sure you know what that's from.
Yeah.
But in it says St. Jude Children's Research Hospital has received a gift in honor of all those fighting. This gift will continue to bring hope to the children of St. Jude today, tomorrow, and beyond. Sending prayers, love, and encouragement. The Better in Green podcast.
That's sweet.
Sweet.
So, back when we were doing that promo.
Yeah.
Thank you to the 10 people who subscribed.
Yes.
Hopefully, when we run that again, we can send St. Jude some more money.
Yeah, I like that. I thought that was a piece of fan mail you had sitting there.
I wish, man. I can't.
Some like 12-year-old girl wrote us or something. Biggest fan.
Yeah, right. Hey, someone is creating content on TikTok because we inspired them to start their own. So I'm like, let's go.
Love
Let's
it.
go. Looks like a 12-year-old kid is the profile picture, but you know what, man? Thank you for watching.
Just so you guys know, Matt Kachuk just got a goal.
Oh, nice.
Boom.
2-1 Panthers over Red Wings.
Yes, sir. I will take that.
I think if Ottawa beats the Penguins, I'm going to kill myself.
They're up 1-0.
I know.
And Brady already has 2 shots.
Nice. Could it be the turnaround?
Well, I still have Clay Thompson points and RJ points to finish off that parlay, so probably not.
Yeah. I'm way too superstitious for my own good, but when I posted in the Discord I was done betting the first half unders, I totally did not stop betting the first half unders, and thank God, because there were money the rest of that night. I quit after the first round, but
dude, I get so pissed when I miss out on a trend, and then it just ruins my. And then I swear to God, once I jump on, it's just gonna all start losing, and then I miss all the good stuff. That's why I was pissed with Fairleigh Dickinson, because I'm gonna jump on too late, and then the next day, every single underdog won except Furman. They're like 4-1 to start off the day, and I was like, they're just rubbing it in my face now.
See, that's why I couldn't get off, because, like I said in the Discord with that Creighton play, I was like, Creighton NC State. I was like, I know damn well if I stop betting right now, I guarantee you that one hits. And I mean, it still did. And luckily, I still bet it. But yeah, I was worried about the same thing. I was like, the second I jump off of this, I know it's gonna go like 5-0.
Yeah, I mean, I had a buddy that went 10-0 yesterday, up $1,500, and I went like 1-9.
Holy shit!
And I'm just like, dude, like screw you, man. So, and yes, I'm happy for him, but I'm also pissed. Like, why is that not me?
Right. Oh yeah,
well, I'm a sore loser.
Oh, me too. Yeah, you're always happy for him, but yeah, exactly like, what you just said.
Like that's my rent, dude, that you just won.
Right.
Send that over to me, please.
I had a buddy who, it was right when sportsbooks became legal, and he used his $1,000 free bet for Barstool, I think. It was 2 years ago, NFL playoffs, championship games. Or no, I guess it would have been 3 years ago. He did Chiefs and Bucks both against the spread and both overs, and parlayed $1,000 risk free, won it to win 11,000. And I forgot what I was on that day, but I lost. Like, I lost a good chunk of money, and he called me that night, just elated as could be. And I was like, face down in my bed, like, oh, dude, congrats! Like, awesome. So happy for you.
Every time I do a risk free, I do it like on a simple like spread, and it ends up losing. But maybe that's a new strategy, just to make a plus 500 parlay or something.
I know.
Just throw a grand on
it. See, my issue is like, if I lose it, yeah, it's risk free. But if I lose the next one, I'm boned.
Well, they
Like,
kind of screw you at the next one too because it's just the risk-free play and you don't get the payout. So it's just
right,
like even if you hit a -110, you're still down that extra juice.
exact, yeah.
So
And if it's $1,000, you're down like $100.
yeah, 90. Yeah.
So yeah, it's tough. My unemployed ass doesn't quite have the bankroll to be thrown around. $1,000
No, yeah,
risk free parlays, but
we're moving apartments in May and we have to like put down safety deposit plus first month's rent plus like something else. And I'm like, dude, that's like 3 months of rent I'm throwing down here. I don't have that saved up,
right.
but I'll figure out a couple more DoorDash deliveries. I'm right back to even.
That's what I was. I was for a while. I was like, if I would lose money gambling, then the next day I would just go make it all back door dashing. That was like my system. I got away from it, but oh well.
Why are you moving to a bigger place?
We're actually downsizing a little bit. We currently have 2-bedroom, 2-bath, but we live like right downtown Alexandria, so it's like super expensive, and our rent's going up like another $500 a month if we want to renew our lease. We're like, no, so we're moving out, or it's still in the city, but away from the city a little bit, and like we're cutting our rent almost like $800 a month or something like that.
Nice.
And it's 1 bedroom, 1 bath, and then it has like a loft area that could be like an office or a 3rd bedroom or a 2nd bedroom. So a little smaller, but honestly, I can't. The price is way better. So
Yeah. Looking at the TikTok polls, who do you guys have between the Bucks and the Hornets? Who's the better logo?
Bucks.
I think I'd pick the Bucks. Those are two very good ones.
I was sad when I saw that too. I was like, damn, those are really.
I got a comment today on the MLB one with the Cubs and the Tigers.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a tough first round matchup.
Yeah.
Losing a great logo right off the bat.
What
I
about
haven't liked the last couple. I haven't liked today's.
Bulls Grizzlies?
I'm looking at that one right now.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
I think I gave it to the Grizz. But I don't know. The Bulls is pretty iconic.
Bull. I mean, the Bull's iconic because of Jordan, but it just doesn't look like a good bowl.
Yeah.
Right. See, that's like what I was trying to separate. I was like, I mean, the only reason the Bulls stands out is because of the 90s Bulls. If they didn't
Yeah,
win
right.
championships, like you wouldn't even think twice about it.
Well, I think they go up against the winner of Bucks Hornets next. So I feel like they get knocked out by whoever that is.
Could
Right
be.
now, Hornets are leading 58% to 42. All right, Celtics versus Timberwolves.
Celtics all the way to the top.
I do.
Yeah, I think I picked them too.
And then Heat versus Warriors.
Heat all the way to the top. I think those are arguably two of the best NBA logos.
Yeah. Actually, the favorite is Bulls right now. They're at 70%. Celtics are
Really?
at 69. And nice. And the Heat are at 66.
Okay. That's fair.
I think we get
Actually,
into hockey tomorrow.
random as could be Wyatt, but is Alex Chavez, is he one of these guys on Twitter?
He is, but he's not one that talks. His name on Twitter is like Turd Ferg or something.
Oh,
He
okay.
talks every once in a while.
Okay.
The Grinch hater guy. It's May. That's like he's my future brother-in-law.
Oh, okay.
And then Prince is the guy that won the 1500 I was talking about.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they're all high school buddies.
Okay. I figured he was one of them, but I just never knew. It's like, I don't know if I'm talking to a guy I know here or if I
Yeah.
don't know him.
Yeah. What's his face? Mayor, whatever I don't forget his Twitter name. His real name's Liam,
Okay.
but he's the one that tweets at you the most.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Mayor of Whoville is his name.
Yep.
I've seen him pop up a few times.
He's
So is that
some
like
idiot.
the worst bets crew right there?
Well, back when I like made worse bets, they all used to contribute and write articles and stuff, which was really cool. Now they stopped doing that, but they still have it in their username or whatever.
Okay.
But no, me and
So they
another
just
buddy that's also from high school, but he's not really in that friend group. We're the ones that made the TikToks together.
gotcha.
And then, but yeah, back when I first was doing worse bet stuff, like we were pumping out like multiple blogs a day with everyone contributing, and then they kind of the same thing with Cooper Sports. Why keep doing it if you're not getting paid?
Right.
So they kind of jumped off.
Right.
You
We
see my
never-
little argument with Derek today on Twitter?
I
With
did.
you?
Wait, I don't know. He like posted a video of the FAU dunk at the end, and said it was like poor sport. And I was like, dude, whatever. They're a 9 seed FAU. They never thought they're going to be at the Sweet 16. Go ahead and I mean, it's funny that he missed it. Sure, it
Yeah.
can be perceived as a bad sport, but like, dude, come on. Like, I mean, obviously FDU was a crazy story, but FAU is still pretty crazy at a 9 seeds making it to the Sweet 16. So I was like, whatever. And then he said something else, and I was like, I said something like, "Oh, sorry, FDU didn't get their participation trophy or something like that." And then I don't know,
Yeah.
whatever.
We never.
Yeah, I
I
did
kept
see
waiting for Zach to come back to address that because we never said anything on any of our podcasts. But if anybody's listening this deep in, we split from Cooper Sports, which is who we started with, and now we are our own Better and Green entity. There were no hard feelings with the split. It's tough when you're not getting paid. That's not why we split. Because we really enjoy making this show. We had, I think, different ideas of what was needed to continue to grow the brand, and thought it was best to part ways. Is that what you'd say, guys?
Yeah, very mutual. Just yeah, nothing was really getting brought to the table with us staying. So why not just go our other way?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we were stuck in the mud. But it's all right.
It takes a lot of hard work, and you gotta like stay on it from everybody, from all aspects. There's no, I mean, we post pretty much daily. We do the podcast twice a week. It's a grind, especially like in the beginning when you're first starting out. And if I can just mention also while we're first starting out, our little sub count up there, subscribing is what really helps us out right now. Telling your friends, if we can just give you one challenge, is just tell one friend about it and just kind of spread the word. But we're plugging along. We've got good quality content coming out too. I'm pretty proud of the stuff we put out.
Yep. And I'll say too, I mean, we're still very much in our infancy. Like today, that little exercise of the interviews, we don't know each other that well. We film twice a week and we chat here and there throughout the week, but give it another, once football season rolls around again too, like we'll have a year under our belt of kind of doing the whole thing, all the sports, and it's only getting better. Each time we film, it gets better.
Right.
Keeps going up too. 131 now, guys.
Yep.
Oh, let's go.
I know. It's been climbing, man. Once we hit that 100 mark, it's been pretty steady growth.
Yeah,
we
I feel like
doing
they
these lives too.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like if they see just a page with 100+ subscribers, it gives them a little more. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with, but I feel like it's just.
I know what you mean. It's not like, I'm gonna stand out.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not just like, oh, these guys have 7 subscribers, and
right.
Not like 100's a lot, but it's also like a pretty decent milestone to start,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right now, I think our next goal is 250, so getting there.
Yep.
Over halfway.
We'll keep doing the work. It'll come.
Yep. I don't know. You guys probably got an email pretty late last night from me, starting up a website, kind of like what we had over at Cooper Sports. I'm working on it right now. I really enjoyed doing the articles like in football season and doing like my fantasy football must ads and stuff like that. So, I'm gonna send it out to you guys. I got you guys as like writers and editors, so you guys can just write your articles, post them whenever. But I don't like right now. I'm not really gonna be writing a bunch of basketball articles, or I'll write some hockey, but I think definitely for me, I'll be hitting that pretty good during fantasy football, like especially like during draft season. I'll probably have quite a bit to say then. But I don't know about you guys. Did you guys enjoy doing that?
Yeah, I mean, I do. I like writing about a lot of stuff, but as you said, like I could write about football a lot. I also like writing about basketball picks, so maybe into that. But
Yeah.
we are coming in a weird spot with sports. As soon as college basketball is done, it gets pretty sparse there. But no, I enjoy writing a lot. Both in giving picks and statistics to also just being more humor kind of stuff as well. So I enjoy writing.
Yeah, I agree. I was trying there at the end to kind of write about other things other than football, a couple basketball articles. It is tough. I mean, it's weird. Like you watch it, I watch it almost as much as football and like understand it just as well. But it's just harder to write about for some reason. But yeah, I mean, definitely there was times where I got an idea in my head and I was like, yes, I can't wait to write about that. And it just kind of flowed. Yeah, I guess I don't know where I'm going with this, but yeah, I like the writing aspect too. Especially when I know it's helping to grow. I think I started getting a little bit fed up when I was checking like the articles and I had like 7 of the last 8.
Right.
And I was just like, am I just like doing this for me? Like, I don't know.
Right.
So yeah, if there's like it's like game respect game type of thing. Like if everyone's doing it, you kind of like piggyback off each other, and I don't know.
That's why
you don't want to be the one that falls behind.
Yeah, like we're not gonna push out the website, and I'm not gonna, we're not gonna. If you don't have anything to write about, you don't have to write anything. That's not the concern. But just another form of content.
Yeah, you put content. You can put links on there as well. It's promos, all that kind of stuff. So,
well, right now, do you know what happens if you press the podcast tab? Takes you to our
brings
podcast.
right to it.
That's mind blowing comparing to our last endeavor. You still have? Are we able to stream 7th grade girls basketball?
You're not. So it's not as good. It's not as good, but no, we're just joking around.
We're just joshing.
But that is in development. So if you try to look it up right now, to any of the listeners, you guys aren't able to see it because we have not published it yet. It'll be a Wix website, so it'll be you'll have that little I don't know, the little logo thing that says basically, hey, these guys didn't pay for a web domain, which is fine for us right now. But it's looking good. I'm excited about that. We will record on Wednesday to release an episode on Thursday. Hopefully my mic is recording audio. I was so pissed because I thought that was a great episode.
Yeah,
I hated having to set it up like that.
I can't believe that happened.
No, we haven't had an issue like that since like the 3rd episode. It's been like almost 17 episodes since. I don't know how it got changed.
Right.
But looks like it's working today. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of Better in Green Podcast. You guys have anything else left to add?
One thing I'm thinking of, just because I did check that Penguin score. I know you're on them tonight, Ben, but I don't know what the odds are for future, but I think you might get decent odds on Pittsburgh to miss the playoffs. I like Florida to get that last spot, and I think the Islanders keep the pedal on the metal. So
That was one of the reasons I
Something to
picked
look
them,
at.
because like they're starting to get to some must-win games. Like they're
Yeah.
in danger right now.
They are. Yeah, I think Florida overtakes them. So I don't know. Maybe Pittsburgh to miss the playoffs or Florida to make the playoffs could be advantageous.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
all I
You're the,
got.
you're the future guy.
Yes.
I do love my futures. I'm currently on Bama to make the Elite Eight now, so I like
Yeah,
that
I think
one.
I have 2 left, or I have 3 left. I have Bama, Texas, and Houston all to win it. So
Go Texas.
Okay.
all very well could happen. I'm hoping Texas does it because it's the highest odds. But
Yep. And you had what, 5 to start? I know you had Kansas,
I
right?
had Kansas and I had Purdue.
Okay.
So 3 out of the 5.
Yep. It's not bad.
Purdue was solely just because of they fit every single criteria of the last however many champions. So
Right.
yeah, I had to do them, but that was a dumb bet for sure.
Yep.
Texas still fits it. Houston still fits it, and Bama technically doesn't. Their defense isn't good enough, but I don't know if they can get stopped right now. So
Was that like the KenPom top 20?
yeah, it's like a couple different combined. It's Ken Palm as well as that stupid week 6 poll, and then I also
Yep.
added in the turnover percentage or something like that.
Okay.
So I got it down from like 10 or 12 teams to 6 teams, and then I added the turnover to get it down to 4 teams
Okay.
or 5 teams. But yeah, Alabama technically doesn't fit because their defensive efficiency is not there, but I don't know if they can get stopped.
Bama kind of plays basketball how they play football, ironically,
Yeah.
in a way. They just run up the score. They don't care how much they're winning by. They'll punch one more in on you. I don't know. They're tough to stop, but we'll see.
That's true. You guys know who this Owen Bayless is?
No, he is winning our bracket, right?
Currently, yeah. Yeah, he's currently
Okay, yeah.
leading it in our $50 bracket. So, and he's got Gonzaga to win. So, Owen, good luck to you, man. Hopefully you're listening. And thought it was kind of funny that until that Purdue loss, my wife was actually number 1. And then once she got knocked out, Ethan, your girlfriend, took over number 1.
She did, yeah. She wanted me to give her a shout out, so I'll do it. I think she might be watching. I'm not sure. Allie Oops is her bracket. Currently tied for 5th place here with 430 points. Yeah, so she's doing pretty well. Shout out to her. She has Texas winning the whole thing. Could happen.
As do I. Also, I wanted to shout out Allie too. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode as well.
Yeah, she'll be getting a talking to. I'm gonna figure some things out. While we're giving shout outs, I'm gonna give one more shout out to Child Please. For being 50th out of 55 in the bracket. So
Is that you?
Go. That could be me.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm
Jay.
42 out of 55. Right, I'm 5 spots ahead of you there.
Okay, I do see you there.
Matt Lasser is right by you as well.
Yep.
And Fire Juwan is close.
Bush Light, that's one of my buddies. He's tied with you. Actually, exactly tied with you.
Yeah.
Your boy jumped up to 11th though. Let's go.
Not bad.
Noel's at 18. Noel joined. He's got Houston.
Yep. Yeah, a couple of my guys are at the top. Tyrone, another one of my guys, is tied with you. It looks like Ben. Oh, my
Nice.
mom is tied with you.
Oh yeah.
She's right below you. My buddy Briggs, he's right below her. B Wildman, that's another buddy of mine. So got a couple up there. Yeah. My brother, 7th place. Another buddy of mine, Beersma, 7th place. TK Clute, 5th place. We'll see. But yeah, right now it looks like Owen, guy to beat.
There's quite a bit of Texas here right now. Quite a bit of Texas at the top.
Yep.
I'm hoping that holds. Now, Aaron, is that your brother?
That's my brother.
Okay.
Yep. That's Ron Paul in the Discord who does all the soccer stuff.
Got it. Okay.
Yep.
Ron
Let's
Paul.
not rule out onions here. Highest projected final at 1620. He's ranked 23rd right now.
Really?
1620 is the highest projected.
Good eye.
Oh yeah.
So
Gonzaga.
he might be a sleeper pick.
Yeah.
Onions for the sleeper. Oh, no. He has Kansas State in his Final Four, so he'll get knocked out this week.
I don't know. And again, I told you I was rooting for Michigan State over Marquette. I thought they were going to beat them. I don't know if they can take down K-State. They play too similar.
They do, but it's a better matchup than Kentucky would have been.
Yeah, for sure.
It's the lesser of the two evils.
And Kansas State pulled that win out of their ass too. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kentucky definitely has the dudes. I don't know. I feel like K-State just plays very similar to Michigan State. Very fast offensively and then harder. I guess that Michigan State plays better defense than K-State, but I also think K-State might have a slight edge on athlete. But
yeah, definitely.
I don't know. It's going to be a great game.
Yeah. State just needs to hit some threes, man. They just 7 threes in the first 2 games is not going to cut it once you get deeper. But
yeah.
Gotta shout out
see.
Built Different 69 though. Built Different. He picked UConn,
Yeah.
so hey man, you might be built different.
Yeah, I know that guy quite well, actually.
Oh yeah, is he built different?
He's built different for sure.
We got a
I hope he's
comment
watching
here
this too.
on YouTube from Allie.
my
She
fault.
says she loved it.
All right, well. Thanks, Allie.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for this
Yep.
episode of the Better and Green podcast. Make sure you guys are following us on all of our social medias, our TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Subscribe to us on YouTube. That's huge right now. We're really trying to bump up the YouTube. Make sure you guys are listening to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere that you get your podcast from. And we will be back for you guys on Thursday. We'll see you then.
See you guys.
See you guys.
Peace, guys.